All right, welcome back to News Channel 5 Plus right here on Open Line. It's called Ask the Expert. We have our friends at Creekside at Three Rivers Assisted Living with Memory Care. Joining us is Kelley, Director of Marketing and Community Relations. And we have tonight joining us for the first time, we have Jessica Nowlin. She is Director of Nursing. So you're kind of providing two different perspectives from what you both do at Creekside. Let's kind of reintroduce, in case folks missed the first part of our show here, again, your day-to-day at Creekside, what you both do in the community.
Sure. Well, I am the Director of Marketing and Community Relations, so I get to work with families and potential residents as they're searching for their forever home. So I tour them in the community, I work with them to fill out paperwork, to gather information from the physician. I also do a lot of community outreach, working with the Alzheimer's Association, the Chamber in Murfreesboro, different things like that to really get our community involved within the bigger community of Murfreesboro.
And as the Director of Nursing, it is my job to identify the needs of the resident and help coordinate that care.
Tell us a little bit about your nursing staff and the extra mile they go.
I've got a wonderful staff. They really care about the residents. They think about them when they're not at work. They come and visit them on their off hours. They'll bring their pets in because they know the residents love pets. They'll bring their children by. They're always willing to pick up extra shifts just to make sure that they can meet the needs of our residents. I'm very blessed to have such a wonderful staff.
You know, a question we wanted to get into as well tonight is, say we have a couple and they are in assisted living in one of the apartments, but then one of the couples, the husband or wife, needs to go into entering memory care. Are you all able to handle that?
We are. That's always a very difficult situation to be a part of, to have to split that couple up, and we are.
Yeah.
It's tough. It is. It's heartbreaking to see one spouse kind of feel left behind.
Yeah.
But they're able to visit as often as they want to.
And we see a lot of times too with we have several married couples in our community, and it's interesting to see as an outsider. I would say I'm an outsider to their family, but how one always overcompensates for the other. So a lot of times when we see that someone needs to move to memory care is when the spouse that is overcompensating gets sick. Mainly that's it. They get sick and they're starting to decline and they can't provide the care for them that they used to. And as Jessica said, moving them over to memory care is always hard, but we do allow visits. We allow our memory care residents to come to the main part of the campus and still participate in activities, so we definitely don't keep them apart.
Wonderful. Are there nurses on site at all times?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
I've got a licensed nurse 24 hours a day.
And you all offer physical therapy as well?
Mm-hmm.
We have, allow home health to come in as well to do physical, occupational, and speech therapy. And then we have an in-house therapy called Fox Rehab, and they provide therapy for our residents. Maybe if they fall in or they're not able to put their clothes on like they used to, that's when Jessica...
kind of experiencing a decline.
Yeah. And Jessica will work with them to order an evaluation so that they can come in and see if they can help them.
You know, how does an assisted living facility differ from kind of a skilled nursing facility?
Assisted living is more for residents who need assistance with minor things, activities of daily living, which would be your bathing, dressing, making your bed, maybe some hygiene. Those individuals who are still somewhat independent, but just need a little assistance. Maybe one day they need more than the next day, and then it just kind of goes up and down. A nursing home is more it's a long-term care setting. It's for those individuals who have a higher acuity. So they may be total care. They have wounds. They need someone to do everything for them. Not all residents that live in a long-term care setting are total care, but they aren't able to transfer within a certain amount of time to get out of an assisted living, or they can't really do a lot for themselves.
Assisted living is not necessarily a medical facility. They are apartments, and we don't necessarily provide medical care. We just assist them as they need. Our aides can assist them with, as she said, getting dressed and bathing. We provide meals, we provide transportation, we provide a lot of activities. The nurses can help you with your med management. They can help coordinate your care with your doctors and your therapists and your family.
I think a biggest thing too is when you think about assisted living, you think about your grandmother who's home and your family's popping in. You take turns popping in. One comes for breakfast, one comes for lunch, one comes for dinner, one's there to help get them ready for bed. That's really what we do. We're the family that's coming in to help them get ready. And you think about that, you're just kind of, at that point, families can't do it anymore. They're working, they have other family members. A lot of times we see at this stage that the children of our residents are starting to get grandchildren, and they really want to spend time with their grandchildren and their kids at that stage in their life, and so they just don't have the time to come in and do all of those things for them.
And let's say someone's listening to the show right now and they hear you say that. So the next step is, okay, let me get my loved one set up to enter Creekside and maybe give them a call and at least just go tour the facility, kind of see what it's all about. How do you approach that conversation? Because it can be a hard one to have.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficult conversation. I always, not that we want to trick them, but I would always say, hey, I found this great place. Let's go look at it. Let me take you to look at it. There's no commitments. You don't have to say yes today, but let's just at least go look. And that's at least what we did with my grandfather. And it took him 3 months before he finally agreed to move into an assisted living. But now he wishes he had done it much, much sooner. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just pulling them in.
Is get them into that building, because even myself, even having been in the medical field for all these years, I had some misconceptions about what assisted living really was. I really thought it was not that much different from a nursing home, and I think a lot of the public feels the same way. And once you actually go into an assisted living and realize that this is your apartment, this is not a hospital room, this is not a nursing home room, this is your apartment, this is your home. Mm-hmm. And I think that changes a lot of minds when they realize what an assisted living actually is.
Definitely some great advice there. All right, we're going to take another quick break, but keep it right here on News Channel 5 Plus. We'll be back with more from Creekside and our guests here on Open Line.